Welcome back and happy New Year's Eve, or potentially when you're watching this, happy New Year's Day. Today I'll be showing you once again the easiest ways to make coins on EAFC. So if you're new around here and you need a team as good as mine, you're in the right place. Just make sure to subscribe, drop a like down below, and if you do need some coins in a bit of a quicker way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against neeks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to MitchCactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to MitchCactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. Now, some of you may remember we did a giveaway of 2 sets of 10 EAFC points. Those have gone out today. So if you do have a message, make sure to reply to it within 48 hours and you will receive, of course, your FIFA points. Now, if we do get a player, I was going to say a worthwhile player in this pack, we'll add another tenner to the giveaway. Okay, I thought that was Odegaard. I was going to say that was going to have stiffed me straight away. But if we get a walkout in this next pack, I will add another tenner. So there'll be another person who's going to win £10 worth of FIFA points. So let's see who we get. Is it a walkout? Is it a walkout? No, it's Sterling, isn't it? Oh, Rashford. That is gutting because he's not a walkout, but at one stage he was like a 200k player. But make sure to subscribe because we will be doing a ton of giveaways in the new year, and let's make you some coins. Let's start by talking about if you're on the absolute baseline, you have no coins, you want to go over to the challenge SBCs. You want to complete your daily tradable, that'll get you some coins, of course, your Christmas cheer and marquee matchups. All 3 of those are a shoe-in for easy coins, and if you need the players to do those, you want to go through the start of every icon SBC. Essentially, the first 2, your Born Legend and your Rising Star. I've got Ian right there to do. I've also actually done them on all of the other SBCs, but that shows how good they are. Essentially, you complete these, you put in 22 players, 11 bronzes, 11 silvers, all rare, but you essentially get a very, very good return back every single time. Now for the filters today, we're going to have an array of different filters, but we're going to start off with an interesting one that's recently came to fruition. So we've got League 1, we've got Defender, we've got Special, and we're going to go over to PSG. So if we have a look here, you've got a few players in the ranks. We've got Carlos Soler there, we've got Mukelele, we've got Kimpembe, we've got Marquinhos. Now we don't want to get rid of course, the non-French players because Marquinhos in there is good, but we do want to get rid of Carlos Soler. Now unfortunately, because of price ranges, they've actually made it essentially impossible to do this. Carlos Soler maxes out 100k and Mukelele goes for I think 107. So essentially EA tax on that, you'd have to get him for under 100 in order for this to work. But we can sit there and have a look at the likes of Mukelele. We can have a look at, of course, Kimpembe. You do have a few decent ones in there. So we just pop it to 110. We don't actually have to do Defender, I don't think. If we have a look through the team, I think there's probably a couple others. If we take off the price cap, you've got the likes of Dembele's inform that will come into this. You've got Mukelele, and we've got Marquinhos. You've obviously got Kimpembe as well there. So you've got a few players here. I think actually Dembele's inform isn't miles away. You've got Kolo Muani striker card, which is just a road card. And then obviously we've got Dembele's UCL. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pop this to around 100,000 coins. Let's first of all just see what is on the market. What's the cheapest one right now? 109. It seems to be the cheapest one there. It looks like from what Footbin says, he's a 107. So we pop this down to 108. There's none there. 109. Okay, so actually this guy goes for about 110k. EA tax on that. Actually 100k would be a good place to buy him at. So what we can do is we can take off French. We can set the minimum price to 100, or a minimum buy now to 100k. And we'll set this to, for example, I mean, I'd say 103. So what that means is we can also get the other players who are available in this, so we've got a better chance of things like Marquinhos, so it does put us in a little bit of a better position. It also gets rid of Soler, so it is a unique filter. You can choose how you want to build it. You can build it in a way where it's French and you've just got Marquinhos excluded, and you've got Mukelele, you've got Kimpembe, you've got Dembele, or you could do this way where you've got everyone. You've got a good chance of getting a Mukelele snipe, as you can see there, and you get profit off of the Mukelele regardless, but you've also got the chance at Marquinhos. Now I think having Marquinhos in there is a benefit. I think he makes sense to be in there. We're going to pop this one up 110. EA tax basically 5.5. So I'm going to pop him about 111. We're going to see if 111, I think that's a reasonable price. And of course the game has kicked us out because the menus are still poor. If you are watching this and you haven't already, make sure to write a report to EA about their terrible menus. I do not know how we are sat months and months into the game and the menus still do not work. I don't know how I can get kicked out of the game for sniping players. Now we're going to hop back in and we've got a really easy filter this time. So we're going to have a look, and I think you can do this with most promos because they absolutely suck off Barcelona. But Barcelona, La Liga, Winter Wildcard, and it's actually very evenly matched. We've got Rafinha and we've also got the likes of course, Koundé. You do have Balde in there, but obviously we can max him out. So let's just check how much Balde actually goes for. I think he's a lot cheaper than the other guys. So Balde has a max of 750. So we do want to exclude him from this. Now, if we have a look down the line, and we find our man, where is our Rafinha? Is he down as a midfielder? Is he a right wing or a right mid? I think he's a right mid. So for this next one, we're going to Winter Wildcards, La Liga and Barcelona. For this one, we got Baldy, we got the likes of Koundé, you've also got Rafinha. Now, obviously, Koundé and Rafinha are around 200k. Baldy sat at around 70k, so he's a lot cheaper. However, he's going to be one that you can do a lot in terms of profit off of. He's actually sat at around 80k right now, so I think he's risen more because of obviously the Koundé card coming out. And then obviously as a free, they're actually a really nice little pairing. You're going to be sat at around 82,000 coins for this. Tax on that, 10% half, so 8.2 half, so 4.1. We go down to here, and then we take off that. I mean, you're looking at around the 900 coin profit per card. If you want to go down to 46, you're looking at 2k profit per card. At that point, obviously, you can just knock off a k accordingly to what happy profit you are happy with. Oh, mate, the market's just froze. How is that? I'm not being funny. This game is absolutely ridiculous. I've just missed a 10k profit snipe because the market's broke. So we're going to go back in, and of course we're going to move on because that filter has scarred me. We're going to go over to the Bundesliga. We're going to stick with the winter wildcards because it's the easy thing to do. And I do have to remind you guys, as silly as it is, don't move fast on the menus because EA will kick you out, which is an insane sentence. But we've got Royce, we've got Adeyemi, we've got as well Grimaldo as well. And we've also got Goretzka in the midfielder section. Let me just check what position they've popped Goretzka as for this one. They've given Goretzka, cool, he's centre mid. So if we have a look in here, you've got Cam left mid, and we want centre mid Goretzka in there. Now realistically, easiest way to narrow this down is Germany. Now to be honest, we probably want to remove Royce from this filter. And luckily his price is a max of 100k, which means if we pop this down to a minimum of 101, and we want to pop this to, I think, probably 220, 230, 240. And that's where we get our Adeyemi's coming in. And I think Goretzka, if I'm honest, isn't miles off. If we have a look, Goretzka's pricing right now, we've got him set at 250k. So actually, he's pretty much on the mark with Adeyemi. Very, very close. Obviously, an easy filter to combine the two. So EA tax on 230. Obviously, we do 10% and half it. So that would have been a banging snipe. That is terrible timing for me. I didn't even, we were doing the maths. So 230 half, so it'd be 23, and then half that, so about like 12k basically. So that actually would have been a snipe, that one. So we want to go down by 10, and then probably there, that's like the minimum. But what that means is that the card that we saw there at 214 would have been pretty much a perfect like 5 or 6k profit snipe. Would have been a really nice way to end the video, but being that EA have already kicked me out of the market a few times to miss me snipes, we've missed that snipe. It's New Year's Eve, it's the last day of the year. They've got to give me the worst day of sniping. They've got to give something to remember, and I'll remember this for a while of how much EA have done me over again. But I hope you guys remember this as filters that you can use to make a ton of coins off. I hope you remember this as a video that you've enjoyed, and of course a video that you want to subscribe on the back of. So make sure you go do that. Make sure you're entering all the giveaways respectively. We will have a ton in the new year because I want to hit 20k subs before the end of this FIFA. And I hope you guys have a brilliant new year, and I'll see you next year.